Welcome back to the channel. We love giving you the best shelf products here. The links to all of the amazing cheap products are in the description, so go check them out in the end. And you know we gotta talk about ThinkPads whenever we get the chance. These machines are just built different, and this year there are some seriously compelling options even if you're on a budget. Yeah, you heard that right. We're diving into the top 5 ThinkPads you can get for under $1,500 in 2025. We're gonna break down the specs, the design, the performance, and of course figure out exactly who these laptops are for. So, whether you're a longtime fan of the brand or you're just curious to see what all the hype is about, stick around, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and let's get into it. To kick things off, we have the ThinkPad T14 Gen 5 AMD. This is the laptop that I think will appeal to the widest range of users. It's got a great balance of performance, portability, and affordability. It's the workhorse of the ThinkPad lineup, the one that can handle just about anything you throw at it without breaking the bank. Under the hood, the T14 Gen 5 AMD packs the latest AMD Ryzen processors, up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and fast SSD storage. That means you've got plenty of power for everyday tasks, multitasking, and even some light creative work. The display is a 14-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, which gives you a bit more vertical space for working compared to traditional 16:9 displays. It's also available with up to a 2.2K resolution and 400 nits of brightness, so you're getting a sharp, vibrant image. And of course, the T14 Gen 5 AMD wouldn't be a ThinkPad without a fantastic keyboard. The keys are well spaced, have plenty of travel, and the trackpad is smooth and responsive. But the T14 Gen 5 AMD is more than just a spec sheet. It's got that legendary ThinkPad build quality with MIL STD 810H certification, so you know it can handle being tossed in your bag or taken on the road. It's also got a great selection of ports including Thunderbolt 4, USB-A, HDMI, and an SD card reader. So, who is this laptop for? Honestly, I think the ThinkPad T14 Gen 5 AMD is a great option for just about anyone. It's perfect for students, office workers, anyone who needs a reliable and capable machine for everyday tasks. Moving right along, let's talk about the ThinkPad T16 Gen 2 AMD. This laptop is all about giving you a spacious canvas for all your productivity needs. It's got a massive 16-inch display, solid performance, and that legendary ThinkPad build quality. This is the laptop for those of you who want a large display without having to step up to a full-blown mobile workstation like the P16s. It strikes a great balance between performance and portability. Under the hood, you've got the latest AMD Ryzen processors, up to 32 gigabytes of RAM and fast SSD storage. That means you can power through everyday tasks, multitask with ease, and even handle some light creative work without any issues. The display is definitely the star of the show here. It's a 16-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, which gives you more vertical space for working on documents, browsing the web, or just multitasking. It's also available with up to a 2.5K resolution and 400 nits of brightness, so you're getting a sharp, vibrant image. And of course, the T16 Gen 2 AMD wouldn't be a ThinkPad without an excellent keyboard. It's got that same satisfying typing experience that we've come to expect, with well-spaced keys, plenty of travel, and a responsive trackpad. So, who is this laptop for? Well, if you're someone who values screen real estate, if you're a multitasker who needs a powerful machine, or if you just want a reliable laptop with a large display, the ThinkPad T16 Gen 2 AMD is definitely worth checking out. Alright, let's switch gears now and talk about something a little different. The ThinkPad P16s Gen 2 AMD. Now this is a mobile workstation through and through. It's designed for professionals who need serious horsepower for demanding tasks like CAD, video editing, and 3D modeling. Don't let the S in the name fool you, this thing is still a beast. It's packing the latest AMD Ryzen Pro processors, up to an NVIDIA RTX, a 500 GPU, and up to 64 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, you heard that right, 64 gigs of RAM. That means you can power through even the most demanding workloads without breaking a sweat. But it's not just about raw power, the P16s Gen 2 AMD is also built to last. It's got that signature ThinkPad durability with MIL STD 810H certification, so you know it can handle being tossed in your bag or taken on the road. The display is no slouch either, we're talking a 16-inch panel with up to a 4K resolution and 500 nits of brightness. That means you're getting incredibly sharp visuals, accurate colors, and plenty of brightness for working in any environment. And of course, no workstation would be complete without a solid selection of ports, and the P16S Gen 2 AMD delivers. You've got Thunderbolt 4, USB-A, HDMI, and SD card reader, and even an Ethernet port. So if you're an engineer, a designer, or anyone else who needs a powerful and reliable mobile workstation, the ThinkPad P16S Gen 2 AMD is definitely worth considering. Next up, we're taking a look at something truly special, the ThinkPad X14 Aura Edition. This is the laptop that ThinkPad fans have been waiting for. It takes everything we love about the X series, the portability, the performance, and cranks it up to 11. The first thing you'll notice about the X14 Aura Edition is the design. It's still unmistakably a ThinkPad, but with a more modern, premium feel. The chassis is made from a combination of magnesium alloy and carbon fiber, giving it a super solid yet incredibly lightweight feel. And then there's the display. This is a 14-inch OLED panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio, and let me tell you, it is gorgeous. Colors are vibrant, blacks are deep, and the viewing angles are insane. Whether you're working on creative projects, watching movies, or just browsing the web, this display is a treat for the eyes. Under the hood, the X14 Aura Edition packs some serious power. We're talking 13th gen Intel processors, up to 32 gigabytes of RAM, and fast PCIe SSD storage. This thing can handle anything you throw at it, from demanding creative workloads to multitasking like a pro. And of course, it wouldn't be a ThinkPad without an amazing keyboard. The X14 Aura Edition doesn't disappoint, delivering that same satisfying typing experience that we've come to expect. The keys are well spaced, have plenty of travel, and the trackpad is smooth and responsive. But the X14 Aura Edition isn't just about power and performance, it's also about connectivity. You've got Thunderbolt 4 ports, HDMI, a micro SD card reader, and even an optional 5G modem for blazing fast connectivity on the go. So who is this laptop for? Well, if you're a professional who demands the best of the best, a creative who needs a powerful and portable machine, or just someone who appreciates a premium laptop experience, the ThinkPad X14 Aura Edition is definitely worth checking out. Lastly, we have the ThinkPad T14S Gen 6, but not just any T14S, we're talking the Snapdragon variant. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Snapdragon in a ThinkPad? What's that about? Trust me, this is not your average ARM-based laptop. This machine is purpose-built for a specific type of user, and that's where it shines. Let's talk design first. The T14S Gen 6 Snapdragon embodies that classic ThinkPad aesthetic. It's sleek, it's understated, and it screams business professional. But don't let that fool you. This thing is deceptively durable. You've got the military-grade MIL-STD 810H certification, so you know it can handle the bumps and bruises of everyday life. But the real story here is the battery life. We're talking all day, and I mean all day, battery life. If you're someone who's constantly on the go, traveling in and out of meetings, this is the laptop that's going to keep up with you. No need to hunt for outlets, this thing just lasts. Now when it comes to performance, the Snapdragon processor might not be your first choice for heavy-duty tasks like video editing or gaming, but for everyday productivity, browsing, emailing, working on documents, it's surprisingly capable. Plus, you get the added benefit of instant-on functionality, just like your phone. And of course, we can't forget about the keyboard. This is a ThinkPad after all, so you know it's going to be good. The T14S Gen 6 Snapdragon doesn't disappoint, offering that legendary typing experience that ThinkPad fans know and love. The trackpad is smooth and responsive, and you've got that iconic track point right there in the middle if you're into that sort of thing. Overall, if you're a business traveler, a remote worker, or just someone who values portability and battery life above all else, the ThinkPad T14S Gen 6 Snapdragon is definitely worth considering. It's a productivity powerhouse that's always ready to work wherever you are. Alright, so there you have it, our top 5 ThinkPads under $1,500 for 2025. Lenovo really knocked it out of the park this year, offering some seriously compelling options even if you're on a budget. Be sure to check out the links in the description below for more information on each of these laptops, and to see the latest prices and deals. And as always, let me know in the comments down below which ThinkPad you're most excited about. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.